Hi, my name is Kathleen Michelle Ramos Perez, and today I'm going to tell you my fairy tale. So pay attention. Sara Smith and the Purple Dragon. Once upon a time, there was a furious warrior girl called Sara Smith. She was on the way to see her brother Joshua Harris when she decided to take a short through Manchik Park. It wasn't long before Sara got lost. She looked around, but all she could see were trees. Nervously, she fell into her bag for her favorite toy, Mr. Baloo. But Mr. Baloo was not here to be found. Sara began to panic. She felt sure she had packed Mr. Baloo. To make matters worse, she was starting to feel hungry. Unacceptably, she saw a purple dragon in a purple top hat disappearing into the trees. How odd, thought Sara. For the want of anything better to do, she decided to follow the peculiar dress dragon. Perhaps it could tell him the way out of the forest. Eventually, Sara reached a clearing. In the clearing were two houses, one made from carrots and one made from fruit cans. Hello, she called. Is anybody there? Nobody replied. Sara looked at the roof on the closed house and wondered if it would be right to eat somebody else's chimney. Obviously, it would be impolite to eat a whole house, but perhaps it would be considered acceptable to nibble to odd fixture or lick the odd fighting in a time of need. A cackle broke through the air, giving Sara a fright. A witch jumped into the space in front of the house. She was carrying a cage. In that cage was Mr. Baloo. Mr. Baloo! shouted Sara. She turned to the witch. That's my toy! The witch just shouted. Give Mr. Baloo back! cried Sara. Not on your Nelly, sighed the witch. At the last, Mr. Baloo out of the cage, sorry. Before she could reply, the purple dragon in the purple top had rushed in front a footpath on the other side of the clearing. Hello, big dragon, sighed the witch. Good morning. The dragon noticed Mr. Baloo. Who is this? That's Mr. Baloo, explained the witch. Oh, Mr. Baloo will look lovely in my house. Give it to me, demanded the dragon. The witch shook her head. Mr. Baloo is staying with me. Excuse me, Sara interrupted. Mr. Baloo lives with me and not in a cage. Big Dragon ignored her. Is there nothing you trade? He asked the witch. The witch thought for a moment and sighed. I do like to be entertained. I'll release him to anybody who can eat a wall from jar. Big Dragon looked at the house made from fruit gums and said, "No problem, I could eat in an entire house made from fruit gums if I want to." There's no there's no need to shout off, sighed the witch. Just eat on front door and I'll tell you have Mr. Baloo. Sarah was feeling very worried. She didn't want the witch to give Mr. Baloo to Big Dragon. She didn't think Mr. Baloo would like living with a purple dragon away from her house and all her other toys. Big Dragon put on his bib and white robe and sniffed a fork from his pocket. "I eat this whole house," sighed Big Dragon. "You you watch." Big Dragon pulled off a corner of the front door of the house made from fruit gums. He got it down smiling and went back for more and more and more. Eventually, Big Dragon started to get bigger, just a little bit bigger at first. But after a few more forkfuls of fruit gums, he grew to the size of a large snowball, and he was very fit as around. Er, I don't feel too good, sighed Big Dragon. Suddenly, he started to roll. He'd grown so round that he could no longer balance. "Help!" he cried as he rolled off down a slope into the forest. Big Dragon never finished eating the, the front door, made from fruit gums, and Mr. Baloo remained trapped in the witch cage. "That's it," said Wish. I win. I get to keep Mr. Baloo." "Not so fast," said Sara. "There is still one front door to go. The front door of the house made from carrots, and I haven't had a turn yet." "I don't have to give you a turn," laughed the witch. "My game, my rules." The woodcutter's voice carried through the forest. "I think you should give her a chance. It's only fair." "Fine," said the witch. "But you saw what happened to the dragon. She won't last long." "I'll be right back," sighed Sarah. "What?" sighed the witch. "Were you sent of impatience? I thought you want Mr. Baloo back." Sarah ignored the witch and gathered a hefty pile. She comes back to the clearing and started a small campfire. Careful, she broke off a piece of the door of the house made from carrots and tossed it over the fire. Once it had cooled just a little, she took a bit. She quietly devoured the whole piece. Sarah sat down on the nearby log. "You fail," clacked the witch. "You were supposed to eat the water. I haven't finished, explained Sarah. I am just waiting for my food to go down. When Sarah's food had begun, she broke off another piece of the door made from carrots. Once more, she tossed her food over the fire and waited for it to cool just a little. She ate it a little leisurely, piece they wait for it to digest. Eventually, after several sirens, Sarah was down to the final piece of the dough made from carrots. Careful, she tossed it and allowed it to cool just a little. She finished her final course. Sarah had eaten the entire front door of the house made from carrots. Then we stamped her foot angrily. You must have tricked me, she said. I don't reward children. I don't think so, sighed voice. It was the woodcutter. He walked back into the clearing, carrying his axe. This little girl won't fire and square. Now hand over Mr. Baloo, or I will chop your broomstick in half. The witch looked horrified. She grabbed her broomstick and placed it behind her. Then, huffing, she opened the door. Sarah hurried over and grabbed Mr. Baloo, checking that her favorite toy was all right. Fortunately, Mr. Baloo was one harmed. Sarah thanked the woodcutter, grabbed a quiet souvenir, and worried on to meet Joshua. It was starting to get dark. When Sarah got to Joshua's house, her brother threw his arms around her. I was so worried, cried Joshua. You are very late. As Sarah described her day, she could tell that Joshua didn't believe her. So she grabbed a napkin from her pocket. What's that? Asked Joshua. Sarah unwrapped a doorknob made from fruit cups. Puddings, she said. Joshua almost fell off the chair. The end. Goodbye.